When a man starts liking a woman, he often thinks he must impress her with big actions, expensive gifts, or loud displays of interest. But female psychology works differently. A woman is not won by pressure, but by presence. She doesn't fall for the man who shouts the loudest. She falls for the man whose energy feels safe, consistent, and emotionally mature. The first thing you must understand is this: a woman studies your consistency long before she studies your charm. She pays attention to how you treat her on your busy days, not only on your good days. She watches whether you can communicate with calmness, even when she's emotional. Women naturally trust men who stay stable, not men who react quickly. Your emotional control becomes your attractiveness. When you like a woman, don't rush to confess everything. Don't suffocate her with constant messages. Instead, show genuine interest through small, meaningful actions. Ask real questions. Listen when she speaks. Remember the details she cares about. Women bond through emotional connection. When she feels heard, she automatically feels valued. A man who listens is dangerous because he reaches her heart before he reaches her hands. Next, understand that women follow the energy you set. If you show desperation, she will pull back. If you show calm confidence, she will naturally feel drawn to you. Confidence is not loud. It's the quiet belief that you don't have to chase what is meant for you. Approach her with respect, kindness, and a composed presence. Women deeply admire a man who can be soft with them but strong in himself. Give her attention, but not pressure. Let your interest be clear, but not overwhelming. A woman feels comfortable with a man who gives her space to breathe. Attraction grows in freedom, not in force. If she sees you are not trying to own her, she will begin to trust you. Trust is the foundation of female desire. Boundaries are powerful. If you respect her boundaries, her feelings, her pace, her comfort, you show her that you are safe. And a woman falls for the man she feels safe with, not the man who tries to prove he's worthy. Emotional safety is stronger than physical attraction. When she feels that you won't judge her, rush her, or use her vulnerability against her, her heart opens. Finally, remember this: women are emotional creatures. They don't choose a man because he is the most handsome or richest. They choose the man who makes them feel the most valued, secure, and understood. If you like a woman, be the man who brings peace to her mind and comfort to her heart. Don't try to dominate her life, try to add meaning to it. When you master consistency, emotional maturity, respectful communication, and calm confidence, she will not just like you, she will choose you. Women fall in love with men who make them feel safe, respected, and emotionally seen. Become that man, and you won't have to chase her. She will walk toward you herself. When it comes to female psychology, one of the most misunderstood truths is that a woman doesn't fall for a man because of one grand gesture or one moment of charm. She falls because she sees consistency over time. Consistency is the language of emotional security for women. It tells her who you are at your core. It reveals your stability, your seriousness, and your emotional maturity in a way that words never could. When a man only shows effort at the beginning, any woman will feel nervous, confused, or unsure. She wonders whether this effort is real or just temporary. But when she sees that a man remains steady even after the excitement of early attraction fades, she begins to trust. And trust is the gateway to long-term emotional connection. Women observe patterns. They don't just listen to what you say, they watch what you repeat. If you show interest one day and disappear the next, she instantly senses emotional instability. Women naturally avoid instability because it threatens their emotional safety. They need to know that the man they are letting into their life is not going to suddenly vanish, change his behavior, or switch his personality. A consistent man gives her something priceless: predictability. Not boring predictability, but emotional dependability. The kind that tells her she won't wake up tomorrow questioning whether the connection is real. A man who is consistent in his communication, his tone, his respect, and his behavior becomes attractive on a deeper level because she feels she can rely on him. That reliability becomes more powerful than physical appearance. It becomes a psychological anchor. Consistency is not about texting all day or being available 24/7. In fact, that can feel clingy or desperate. True consistency means you show up with the same energy: calm, respectful, stable, and intentional. It means you don't shift your personality based on mood, stress, or distraction. Women pay attention to emotional behavior. If you are sweet when you want something but distant when you are satisfied, she feels it immediately. If you are attentive today but cold tomorrow, she senses emotional immaturity. Women are highly intuitive when it comes to emotional patterns. They study not just your words, but your reliability. Consistency also means staying emotionally stable when she expresses her feelings. Women test a man's emotional maturity without even realizing it. They may share something vulnerable, emotional, or sensitive just to observe how he reacts. If a man becomes defensive, irritated, dismissive, or overwhelmed, she reads it as emotional inconsistency. But when a man remains calm, listens, and handles emotions with patience, she sees him as a safe emotional space. And women become deeply attracted to men who make them feel emotionally safe. A consistent man also communicates his intentions clearly. Women are not attracted to mixed signals. They get confused and uncomfortable when a man acts interested but keeps his intentions hidden. But when a man shows steady, respectful interest without playing games, a woman relaxes. She starts seeing him as someone who values clarity over manipulation. Consistency allows attraction to grow naturally because she doesn't feel pressured. She doesn't feel chased aggressively. She feels chosen gently. Women love the feeling of being chosen, but they dislike the feeling of being chased. There is a difference. Being chosen feels respectful, warm, and meaningful. Being chased feels overwhelming, aggressive, and uncomfortable. Consistency strikes the balance. You show interest, but in a stable, calm, and confident way that doesn't suffocate her. That's what makes a woman attracted without fear or hesitation. Another powerful aspect of consistency is emotional timing. You don't disappear when things get tough. You don't run when misunderstandings happen. You don't withdraw because of small disagreements. Women watch closely to see if a man can remain present during emotional discomfort. Any man can be consistent during happy moments. Very few remain consistent when things get confusing or emotionally heavy. A woman will often feel attracted to the man who can hold space for her during these moments without panicking, withdrawing, or changing his tone. When she sees that your effort is not just a performance, but a reflection of your authentic character, she starts emotionally bonding with you. Consistency is also about daily respect. The way you speak to her, the way you respond, the way you value her time, the way you handle her emotions. All of these small behaviors build the emotional foundation that makes her feel safe to fall for you. Women don't fall in love suddenly. They fall gradually as they observe the little things you repeat. Attraction becomes stronger each time she sees the same kindness, the same maturity, the same calm energy, the same intention. She starts believing that this is who you truly are. Most men think women want perfection, but what they really want is consistency. Perfection is intimidating, but consistency is comforting. Perfection feels fake, but consistency feels real. When your behavior is steady, she doesn't feel like she has to decode your intentions. She doesn't feel anxious waiting for your next move. She feels emotionally grounded, and a grounded woman becomes open, affectionate, and connected. When you are consistent, you send a message: you are reliable, you are serious, and you are emotionally stable. These qualities activate deep emotional attraction in women because they align with what they value most in long-term connection. Consistency makes her feel seen, respected, and emotionally secure. And a woman will always choose the man who gives her peace over the man who gives her uncertainty. If you want a woman to truly fall for you, don't try to impress her once. Impress her consistently. That is how you become unforgettable in her heart.